Hey guys, Christian here. Welcome to Spool and Boost here on YouTube. Today we're going to be reviewing a 07 LBZ Duramax. She's a 3500 HD, and as you can see here, we did some little color matching, and still need some fixes here and there. We're going to fix that bow tie. We're going to do some headlight upgrades, and basically we're going to install a lift pump today. We just installed some new drop star wheels on her, and they're 305 50 20 inch tire Toyo Proxies, and in the summer they're awesome. In the winter, not too great. But she is a nice looking truck, and we want to get her to the most full potential and basically get her some more horsepower on the road. We're going to try to average 650 horse, 700 horse to the ground, to the wheels, see what we can get out of her. Anyhow, today I'm kind of gonna show you guys how to install a AirDog system. And basically this here, we have a wiring harness to install, come with an owner's manual, kind of imitates our truck look there. Awesome of AirDog, these guys are awesome. They're 100% awesome. AirDog is our sponsor, and basically we love handling their lift pumps. We have one installed on one of our 07 LBZ GMC crew cab, and it is definitely worth it. You're going to feel more throttle response. Basically you won't be disappointed. You want to keep that CP3 happy, you want to keep the injectors happy. You just basically need, it's a must-have. It's really a must-have. But they give you your filters. This is an AirDog 165 gallon per hour. What I love about AirDog is these guys, you can adjust this on the frame wherever you want. And basically, what I mean about that is, when we go to install it here on the frame, you can set it, your filters to sit here, filters to sit down here, up, wherever you want. You can adjust it wherever you'd like, inside or outside the frame, as long as you have room. On another day, I'll do a video on my crew cab. We couldn't actually install the AirDog in the inside because we have a 52-gallon Titan tank, and on this one it's just a stock 34-gallon tank. So we're going to put it on the inside of the frame, and she is gonna feel amazing. Let's get to it. So here's the AirDog 165 that AirDog supplied us with. Gotta love them guys. This guy's our bracket. This is the other thing I love about AirDog, because I mean, you can adjust these are going to sandwich between the frame rail and the truck, and we can adjust them wherever you want this guy to sit. And then, as you can see, I like to basically organize all these like so. You got your little guys there, these guys here, and then you got all the return lines here. You got your fittings. These guys did an awesome job prepping this shipping package. And then one of these, your return fuel, put in your fuel neck. They even give you a nice customer O-ring service kit. So the next step, what you want to do is you want to set this AirDog like so. You want to take the big filter, as you can see here, off. We want to take the water separator filter off and set them aside. And then what you want to do is take this cap off over here, basically from shipping. And as you can see over here, here's your two hose clamps. You got one of them, one of these, and then a little guy. Then you got 5 couplers and a 90-degree one. So we're going to take one of these coupler and install it. So basically you need a 19mm wrench. Then we're going to install this suction side in there. Make sure you got your O-ring on there. Installer on. Then we're going to take our output side. Same as well, 19mm. We can grab the little guy, goes right in this, goes flying. That guy is going to be a 16mm. So I'm going to grab her again here. Nice. Boom. Don't have to over tighten it, not too tight, just snug. Okay, so now we're going to install this bracket onto the AirDog, and basically we're going to use these small bolts, the Allen ones. We're going to use these 4 lock washers, these 4 nuts here, and you're going to need a 13mm with a 4.5 Allen wrench. Is what I'm using. So I'm going to show you how to do that. Just slide her like so. So what we're going to do is slide these guys on first. And then slide the blue one on there. Let's see what I can do there. There we go. Then with octopus hands, lock washer and your nut. Then use your 11mm. Your 4.5 Allen. So you flip this around. After you flip it around, we're going to set that plate there, kind of like a spacer. Set it like so, and then basically we want to set it kind of in the middle of the frame. So we're going to try going this hole here. Go through, and you gotta kind of got to maneuver it in there. Okay, then we're going to use a lock washer again. We're going to go from the bottom side. See if I can get my finger under there. And basically, what we'll do is we'll flip this around like so. I'll make it a lot easier. Put all our lock washers. This is a 13mm, or you can use a American socket as well. I'm going to tighten from the bottom. And I kind of like to look at it from here, from the top. So you can kind of twist it, see that? So I kind of like to center it up a little bit. Once you get on the truck, you can center it right where you'd like it. And then, after that, we're going to go put this between the truck and the rail, like so. We're going to take these bolts here. We can go like this, or you can go like this. You can basically, you know, take this plate off, but you can put these in like so through here. Like through that, this way, or go through the other way. So we're going to go take these. We're going to take our 3 bolts, our 3 lock washers, our 3 nuts. We're going to go stick her on the frame rail. Alright guys, so we're going to get up here. We're going to get that one right there. And then we're going to get that one up there. And I'm going to reach it right by over here with my can. And basically, we're going to use a 1/2 inch fuel disconnect right there. Like so. Push it towards me. Okay. And pull this back. I got her. Just like so. Pull that guy like that. You want to pull this line out of there carefully. Just, and then you follow that line. If I look back like this, just give you guys a nice full view. You want this line right here going towards the back of the tank. So you're going to slide this back on. Oop. Just like that. There she goes. It just did not want to come off. Okay. Woo! Then just kind of want to suck her out of there. Oh, there we go. Get it clipped. So, I'm going to show you something. So Glide. Nice lube compound. We're going to put this coupler. First thing I like to do, if you have a nice hard surface, and use the back end of this truck. Boom. Like a glove. Anyhow, we're going to put this on. We're going to put it on the suction side of the truck. And I'm going to show you guys here. Basically, here's where we mounted our location. We had no room on the other side of the truck. As we speak here, get some light in here. We had no room because of the torsion bars and stuff, but basically we got the we got some space right here between the I think they call this a brake, the ABS system right here. So I got it to put right there, fit perfect just in the back. Tied it up there pretty good. And yeah, we got it just sitting here. Later in the future, I'm gonna build a nice shield so all the rocks the tire don't hit anything with the filters and stuff. So basically we're gonna hook this hose here. We're gonna route it to the front here. Try to do this with 2 hands. And basically, I'd like to route it right here in between the frame. I got the other end of the fuel line here. You can see it. Basically, we're going to route this big boy. We're going to take it all the way to the front. Get some light in here for you guys. And basically, we are going to pull it forward. I'm going to pull it down at the front. It's going to go to the front of the suction side of the lift pump. So you don't want to cut any hose till you really need to. And then after that, what you want to do is kind of just take her back there. And you can see this guy right here, right there. That's the guy you want to go to. You want to hook it up to there. Grab this guy. Hook it right so. You just push it in. And you gotta push it in until she clicks. Boom, just like that. You heard that click? That's what you want. So, I can pull all the slack. And then we can zip tie that. They were like so. And then I have this hose here, the hose that we just connected. Basically, we're going to route it to the AirDog. I want to route it right through the frame over here. I'll pull it over here. Let's see. And then right to the front side of that suction line. This is the suction line. So we're going to route that piece over here. Basically, I want to make sure I route it right where I want it, and I can zip tie it. And basically, we're going to cut it. So here we go. And put some lube on the thing. Put my hose clamp. Like I say, you guys don't have to do this. It's just me myself. I'd like to put them on. And then you just push her on. Boom. Like so. Basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to click her on. And right where I want the hose clamp, just lock her in place. Like so. Boom. There's the suction line done. So now we got to run the outlet side. We'll run this big boy we got to go in front of the fuel cooler. So the next thing we want to do is we want to hook it up to that guy over there. Right over there. See if I can at least. Okay, we clicked in. We're good to rock and roll, boys. Boys and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, I should say. And then, now, we could take this fuel line and basically run it forward next to our other fuel line. And then now what this is like here. You guys can see that. Now you got your fuel line nice and straightened. We can come over here. Kind of make a nice entrance. Okay. Wait, go get another coupler. So, okay, there we go, got her on all the way. Then, go to the big side, click her in. Okay. I'll go ahead and zip tie those, and then now after that one, you gotta come back here. We're gonna take that piece out, and we're gonna put that silver return coupler in there. This guy's the one I was talking about. He's got the two lines right there. You got the two arrows because you have that little guy in there. If I flip this around, it's got like a little mouth looking piece there. So if you put this the wrong way, what happens is fuel is going to go back up this way towards the fuel cap, and you don't want that. You want it to go down towards the tank. And one thing I noticed with the past, just the lift pump systems, when you have the truck running, this is always basically returning fuel into the tank. When you fill it up right here, what happens is when the truck is running and that pump is on, the diesel fuel that comes in there, sometimes basically you're putting in a lot of gallons in like within 15-20 seconds, and if you have your truck running, it'll click the diesel pump off. And I noticed when I shut the truck off, diesel gas station doesn't basically click anymore. So thought I'd throw that out there in case you guys experience that, like, oh, I'm filling up diesel and the diesel thing keeps clicking. What's my problem? Well, shut your truck off and try it again. Yeah, I learned that one the hard way. So anyways, more info for you guys to know. And we're gonna get this installed and with the arrows facing the tank and on with, here we go. We're gonna go like this. Okay. This truck already had the fuel line cut, so if you're doing it on your truck, you're gonna have to cut it in half. Okay. Over like so. I might need to get I'm gonna buy a new fuel line for this truck. The owner who had it last, this truck came in complete from the factory, never had a box on it. So he put the box in and he made this tube that would go in here and you know, this. Anyhow, we're gonna hook our straight line here, and then I'll show you how to hook her up here. So here we go. I'm gonna put this line in here like so. Click, click. And away we go. Okay, now I'm going to route this line. I'm going to route it right through the frame rail there. So, you don't want to put those fittings on. You don't want to put those fittings on before anything, because if you do, they're a pain in the butt to get off. We're going to slide it through the frame here. And being a short cab truck, we got lots of hose to play with. And later in the future, I'm gonna put a clamp here, but I'm gonna zip tie it right here for now, because I don't like when stuff rubs, because then they makes a hole and then it's a bad day. And then there we are. So we're gonna go straight right here to the little guy. I'm gonna give it an extra 2 inches, an inch, just because we can. It's gonna go like so, like this. It's got a 90-degree elbow. Put our clamp on real quick. If you have a rag, it's really nice to push it in. It doesn't, kind of helps get some grip out of her. I'll put this guy in like so, just like so. Grab my 8mm. Sit her right about there. Okay, that zip tie her up right there, and there we are. Pretty much it for the fuel system. And then now we just got to get some power. So that's how that goes. And now we got to get some power going to the fuel pump, and we'll get these puppies bled. She's looking pretty. So basically we got this harness in, and you get one end. Basically your relay's right there, and you have this wiring, your red wire. We basically put it right there on the main power, and then we routed the negative cable right to the air compressor or the air conditioning here, and basically we're just cleaning the harness up right there. Usual, my brother here, he's installing the signal lead wire into, so they call it TBC ignition 1. So that's where we have it. Right it down there. Now we're going to clean the wiring here real quick, and then I'll show you guys down here. So I routed the harness straight down the frame rail. Just zip tied it. And kind of brought it over here. And hooked her back up. So here in a quick minute, we're going to show you how to prime the fuel system. And basically that fuel screw right there, you don't have to monkey with it. AirDog calibrates it before they send it. But basically that's how you can increase or decrease the fuel pressure on the outlet side to your fuel system. So, little story behind this here. So on my crew cab, the one that I did the AirDog as well, basically this suction line that goes to your fuel cooler, it had a kink in the line, and that kink was right here. Same thing like this one. It bent right there. When the weather would get hot and it would be 100 degrees outside, this line would swell up, and right on my CTS2, this basically it would just suck itself in, and truck would derate and go in P0087 code, low fuel rail pressure. So if you guys ever have that problem, make sure you check this suction line, or you get rid of it. Like, we don't need it anymore.
Not with this.
Nope, not with this. So here he got her all done. We got the harness in her, got her in.
A lot of extra harness because this is a single cab instead of a crew cab. So yeah, it took me, it's a little extra here. If you have a crew cab, it won't be this much.
Yeah.
But what I did here was I put the power to here, and I put the ground on the compressor, AC compressor. And for when you turn the key on, I routed it through here. I just lifted this up just enough so I can squeeze it through this hole, make it clean looking, bring it around and plug it into that plug there that was mentioned earlier. And my brother, he did the under there and got it plugged in. And we're ready to turn it on and fill up the fuel filter. So you want to look
Let's
at that?
do it. There she goes. Tighten this guy up. And tight them. Go ahead. Oh, geez. Okay, off. Like I say, you're gonna get a bath out here no matter what you do. Okay, go ahead. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Look at that. 5.7, 5.8. Thing we want to show you too is this customer O-ring kit. You know, it wouldn't hurt to have it in your spare parts, if you know what I'm saying. Yeah. You just stay nice and tuck it away. Special thanks to AirDog. Thank you guys so much for letting us install it on our Duramax here. 07 LBZ, you guys won't be disappointed. You're going to feel throttle response. Your fuel pressure, low fuel pressures are going to be awesome. The CP3 is going to be happy. The fuel injectors are going to be happy. And you're going to have fun with the truck. I've seen a little drastic change in fuel mileage. Probably like 2 miles per gallon. Probably because the CP3 is not pulling all the fuel, so the pump's doing all the work for it already. And if you guys like to buy a AirDog from us, I'll put the description and the link below under this video, and or you can Google it, AirDog 2001 to 2010 old Duramax LBZ, and you'll find it. And like I said, AirDog is awesome. I've had good luck with them, and I'd like to do more business with them. And the next one we got to do is we have an LOI sitting at home. We got she's our dually, and she's asking for a little fuel in the world. So, but I can't wait to get this up to 650 horse. We're gonna get some surprises coming in. You'll have to stay tuned. LBZs sound great, don't they? Anyways, I can't get enough of that sound. Anyway, stay tuned, and